It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show. It is Football Friday, and you know we concentrate in the world of football when it comes to that sort. And since we are still on the manhunt for a new football coach at Prairie View, we thought we would kind of concentrate on some potential candidates. Some may be legit, some may be fictional, some might just be out there just to be out there. But we've had a list being compiled, and as they say, the hits just keep right on coming. So without any further delay, I guess we'll kind of run through this list of would-be candidates for the next head coach at Prairie View A&M University. We already heard the likes of a Kevin Sumlin. We heard the potentials of a Broderick Fobbs. We've even heard about the likes of Johnny Cole. Heard the likes of a potential Rod Broadway. Been hearing all sort of names floating in and out. The return of Henry Frazier. The return of KJ Black. So many names floating in and out. But in your opinion, which one is more realistic? Which one would be the one to make it fit? I know the latter name I just said, KJ Black, is ringing out loud to many of the PV faithful. And it would be like, that's the slam dunk, shut the door, let's bring it in. But there's so many other parts that go to it. There are other names potentially that are out there. I failed to mention Johnny Mack is another name that's floating out there. And when you get to the situation of where Prairie View is, the last two coaches that they've had, they were given opportunities to come and cut their teeth, if you would. And they cut their teeth on Prairie View, and they end up back at their quote-unquote dream jobs. Willie Simmons ends up at FAMU. Eric Dooley ends up at Southern University. And we know that the ties these young men had to those respective universities, and they're back home. So if you're Prairie View, what do you do? Do you try to find your good son right now? Is your good son ready right now? Is Bubba the select choice until things can turn over? What do you do? How do you do? Who do you do it with? A lot. And the other part of this is all these names that we've thrown out there, they got to want to be a part of Prairie View. And if they desire to be with Prairie View, how serious are they in their stint at being at Prairie View? You don't want anybody that just want to show up for the money. You don't want anybody that just want to go through the motions. You want somebody who will understand, and understand me when I say this real closely, understand what Prairie View is and where Prairie View is right now. And that's easier said than done. But ultimately, there's got to be someone who understands what they are inheriting in order to move this program to its desired destination. It is a great place to be, but it's going to have to be something that is aired out openly and understood on all parties involved, that you can all get on the same page and head in the right direction. Because there are some concerns that although Prairie View seems to be a ideal place to land, you got some hidden pieces that must be addressed and probably have already been addressed as far as Prairie View is concerned. So which will also lay out further the type of coaching that you would get and the type of program that you would have. If Prairie View is going to be dead set on the 3.0, which they're entitled to, some agree, some don't agree with that move, then you have to realize you make it a little bit more difficult for your overall product on the field. And if that's what your guns are going to be, it might make your candidates a little bit leery on if they feel like they could do the very best job at hand. And if you're looking upon those criteria and those criteria solely, then for me, and I don't have a dog in the race, it doesn't matter to me either way. People keep asking me, well, Mike, how do you feel? Who do you feel the next coach? I feel the next coach should be a coach that comes in understanding what's expected and has some real expectations, some real life expectations. And based on the criteria of Prairie View and the certain state that Prairie View happens to be in right now, if I had to pick a candidate, it would probably be two to lead the way right now. And this is not an endorsement one way or the other. But from what Prairie View is requiring and where they're trying to get to, two coaches that stand out that Prairie View need to open up the dialogue with seriously is Jerry Mack and Rod Broadway. That's just my little 2 cents. Now, I don't want anybody running around here saying that Prince is endorsing Mack, Prince is endorsing Broadway. That is not what I'm saying. But if we're basing it on where Prairie View is right now and what they're requiring for their student athletes, those two men appear to have the pedigree to handle the rigors of what Prairie View would need to get over that hump. And that's just my observation. Love to hear your feedback and opinions. We do value them very much. Of course, the 24-hour message line, 713-570-6736. Follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and our website, obnradio.com. Don't forget to check out Coach Pettaway and myself on Sports Report Saturday. We lay out our picks for the week and talk a little college basketball and a whole lot more. But as for right now, I am going to exit stage left. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Thank you guys so much for joining in with us. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.